Hello there, kia ora. I need your help with something. If you're on Facebook, chances are, no matter which part of the country you're in, you've had this kind of alarmist crap pop up in your local community pages. It's part of a coordinated plan from the alt-right to scare people into voting in this year's local elections based on issues that they want to set the narrative on. Over the past 18 months to 2 years, local Voices for Freedom coordinators and members have been taking over or creating resident and ratepayer online groups, like this one from the Waipa or this one from Canterbury. At the same time, they've been setting up astroturfing websites, like this one called Better Hamilton, or this one called Concerned Ratepayers, or Better Whangarei, which is run by the NZCPR and Voices for Freedom linked astroturfing group Democracy Northland. Hell, just this week we've seen news pop up about a Wellington mayoral candidate directly linked to one of these astroturfing groups down in Wellington. We know that this has all been coordinated because there are Telegram group chats available, and even the metadata on some of the sites before they've gone live is cut and paste from a lot of those other astroturfing sites. They're sharing resources, and the narratives that they want to push are really simple. Rates are too high, where's the transparency in local councils, any debt is bad, and we need to get rid of this lot, in favour of alt-right candidates who are there to suit their own agendas and not the community. I've been working with researchers from all over the country to map out who is connected to whom, what their links are to groups like Voices for Freedom and New Zealand First, and to collect examples of how these are put into action across communities. And that's where I need your help. We can't monitor every local community group, but we want to make sure that we can track as much of the spread of disinformation as possible. So I'm hoping you might be able to act as eyes for us. I'm after screen grabs from community groups that push the narrative around things like rate increases, that vilify water fluoridation as an unwanted expense, that seem a little more unhinged than you'd expect around local elections. They'll be sharing resources from groups like Council Watch, an alt-right group whose members include people like Kaipara Mayor Craig Jepson, Auckland Councillor Ken Turner, councillors from Southland, South Waikato, Clutha, Western Bay of Plenty, Rotorua Lakes, Taupo, Manawatu, and Dunedin, who all wrote to the Prime Minister demanding that they reject any future international cooperation agreements on future pandemic responses. Or groups like Challenging Councils, which spreads racist BS to vilify water infrastructure costs, specific MPs, and any expenses that go towards anything iwi-led within councils, all while pushing pseudo-law alternatives. With these groups and their posts on Facebook, any debate with them ends in cyclical arguments made of straw men and assumptions. But if we can collate our resources, we can create a tool for wider public access to be able to track and see where these operatives are currently working, so that voters can be more informed when it comes to who they vote for in this year's local elections. So, if you come across any of these and you're feeling comfortable with it, flick me a message on this platform and we'll have a chat about how to send me content. That way you don't have to make yourself public and you don't have to air your concerns out where somebody might take offense directly with it. And remember, everyone has the right to vote for whomever they please. But if someone's manipulating the public to get that vote, that's unfair, disingenuous, and bad for democracy. But together, we can work to get voter turnout up and make sure that those that get elected in October are there for the betterment of their communities, and not to damage them, or the people who make up those communities. Hey, thanks for checking out today's video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe so you get more updates as we go along. We deal with these guys for the rest of the year.